My child, my precious child, why have you wandered so far from me? Why have you let your heart grow cold? Why do you push me away as if I am a stranger to you, when I am the one who formed you in your mother's womb, who breathed life into your lungs, who watched over you when you didn't even know my name, who held you close when you were lost and afraid? When no one else even saw your tears, I counted every single one. I gathered them in my hands. And now you go about your days without even remembering me, without whispering my name, without pausing to thank me for the breath you take so freely. Yes, I am angry, my child, but not in the way you think, not with the anger that seeks to destroy, but with the anger of a father who cannot bear to watch his beloved child throw themselves into the fire, with the anger of a friend who sees you drowning in sorrow and refuses to stand by silently. It hurts me. Oh, how it hurts me that you seek comfort in empty things, that you give your heart to people who break it over and over again, while I am here, waiting so patiently, longing to hold you and heal you and make you whole. But you turn your back, you close your ears to my voice, you pretend you cannot hear me calling you home. Can you not feel the ache in my words, the desperation in my plea? Please come back to me. Do not let the world deceive you any longer. It offers you glitter that turns to dust in your hands. It promises you happiness only to steal your peace. I know you feel the emptiness late at night. I know you wonder why you're even here. I know the weight you carry on your chest when no one else is watching, and I want to take it from you. I want to lift it from your shoulders. I want to show you who you truly are, my beautiful, beloved child, created for so much more than this. I died for you. I bled for you. I let them mock me, beat me, nail me to a cross so you could be free. And yet you walk away as though it means nothing. It breaks my heart. It truly does. My anger is the fury of love that cannot bear to lose you to the darkness, that rages against the chains you wrap around yourself, that burns against the lies the enemy tells you, telling you that you are worthless, that you are unlovable, that you have gone too far for me to want you back. My child, those are lies straight from the pit. And I want you to hear me now. Listen closely. You have never gone too far for my grace. There is no sin too dark for my blood to cleanse. There is no distance too great for my love to reach you. I have searched the ends of the earth for you. I have waded through your rebellion. I have watched you choose pain over healing, watched you build walls to keep me out, and still I am here, knocking at the door of your heart, gently but firmly, waiting for you to let me in, please. My child, do not make me stand outside any longer. Let me come in and dine with you. Let me wash your feet. Let me remind you of who you are. You are not abandoned. You are not forsaken. You are not unloved. You are mine, my treasure, my delight, my joy, and I want you back even now. Yes, even now, after all you have done, after all the times you cursed me or doubted me or forgot me entirely. My love has not wavered for even a second. I am unchanging, eternal, faithful to the end. I am not like those who broke their promises to you. I am not like those who left you when you needed them most. I will never leave you nor forsake you. I will be with you in the valley of the shadow of death. I will hold you when you cannot stand. I will wipe every tear from your eyes. But you must choose me. You must turn around, repent, come home to your Father who has been waiting for this moment with longing in his heart. My anger will melt into joy. My tears will become laughter. The angels will rejoice with me over your return, and I will clothe you in white. I will put a ring on your finger and call for a feast in your honor. For you were lost, but now you are found. You were dead, but now you are alive. My child, please, hear my voice. Do not harden your heart. This world is passing away, but my love will never pass away. I want eternity with you, forever in the place I prepared for you with my own hands. Do not let your pride or fear keep you from me. Do not let shame tell you that you are unworthy, for I have made you worthy with my sacrifice. Look at my hands, see the scars. They are proof of my love. They are proof that I would do anything to save you, even die, even suffer the wrath meant for you, so you could live, so you could be free, so you could know real love, unchanging, unshakable, unstoppable. My child, please, please, please come back to me today before it is too late, for I am coming soon and I want you with me. I want you safe. I want you redeemed. I want you home. If you stand in faith, type yes in the comments to let us know. A humble thanks donation helps Son of God carry on this work, and if our content uplifts you, please hit subscribe. May God's joy and peace abound in your life. You don't love me anymore, and it breaks my heart in ways you cannot imagine. You used to whisper my name with such trust. You used to sit quietly just to be near me. You used to smile at the thought of my love. But now you rush through your days without a single thought of me. You turn away as though I am an inconvenience, a duty, a burden you don't want to carry anymore. And I see it all, I feel it all. The silence between us is deafening. And I want to scream, I want to cry out, because you don't even realize what you're doing to your own soul. You fill your heart with so many other things, so many loud voices, so many empty pleasures, and I stand here waiting, watching, longing for you to just turn around. Just look at me once more the way you used to, but your eyes are on other loves, on things that cannot save you, cannot heal you, cannot hold you when the night is dark and cold. And it makes me ache with a grief so deep you would fall to your knees if you felt it even for a moment, because I remember every moment you spent with me, every prayer, every tear you cried that I caught in my hands, every promise you made to me in the dark when you needed me most. And I kept those promises even when you didn't. I stayed when you pushed me away. I held on when you tried to let go. I fought for you when you didn't even care to fight for yourself. But now you don't love me anymore. You don't even try to. You say the words sometimes like they're just empty air. You sing songs you don't mean. You read words you don't believe. And I see straight through it all. I see the walls you've built around your heart, the places you won't let me into, the wounds you refuse to let me heal. You don't love me anymore because you don't trust me anymore. You think I failed you. You think I let you down. You blame me for the pain you carry, for the prayers you think I didn't answer, for the doors that stayed shut when you pounded on them. And I want to weep because you don't see the whole story. You don't see the danger I saved you from, the brokenness I shielded you from, the greater glory I was preparing for you. You only see what you lost, not what I was giving you in exchange. And it breaks me that you think I am cruel, that you think I am silent because I don't care, when the truth is I am silent sometimes because I am weeping with you, because I am holding you through the storm, because I am fighting battles in the unseen that you will never know about. You don't love me anymore because you let your heart grow cold. You let the world convince you I am distant. You let lies tell you I am harsh and demanding. You forgot the gentleness of my touch, the mercy in my eyes, the love that was willing to be nailed to a cross for you. You forgot the sound of my voice calling you beloved. You traded it for the approval of people who don't even know your soul. You chose success, comfort, pleasure, distraction, anything but me, anything to avoid facing your own heart and seeing how far you've fallen. And I want you to know that even now, even in this anger, even in this sorrow, I love you with an unrelenting, unstoppable love, a love that would die 1,000 deaths just to have you look at me again, to have you know me again, to have you love me the way you once did, but even deeper, even truer, even more freely than before. I want you to remember the day you first believed, when your heart felt light for the first time in years, when you realized you were forgiven, when you felt clean, new, whole. I want you to remember the peace that flooded you when you knew you were mine, when you knew you were safe, when you knew nothing could snatch you from my hand. And I want that for you again. I want that for you always, but you don't love me anymore, and you don't even want to talk about it. You avoid the subject. You keep busy. You numb the ache. You distract yourself with screens and noise and constant movement, so you never have to be alone with your own thoughts and realize you miss me too, because deep down you do. You feel the emptiness, the dullness, the ache that won't go away no matter how much you achieve or how much you buy or how many people praise you. You lie awake at night sometimes and wonder why you're so lonely, why you're so afraid, why nothing ever really satisfies. And the answer is me. It has always been me. You were made for me. You were made to walk with me, to know me, to love me with your whole heart. And you've traded that for shadows, for counterfeits, for hollow loves that use you up and leave you emptier than before. And I am angry, yes. I am angry because I hate watching you destroy yourself. I hate watching you choose death when I am offering you life. I hate seeing you chained when I bought your freedom with my own blood. I hate watching you carry burdens I already carried for you to the cross. I hate watching you believe you're unworthy of love when I proved forever how much you are worth by dying for you. I am angry like a lover betrayed, like a friend forgotten, like a parent who sees their child wasting away and can't bear to do nothing. I am angry because I love you too much to be indifferent, too much to stay silent, too much to let you go without a fight. I am shouting now, yes, shouting to wake you up, to break through the walls around your heart, to shatter the lies you've built your life upon, to call you home to me, to what you were always meant to be, not a slave to fear, not a prisoner of shame, not a servant of this world's cruel demands, but free, redeemed, beloved, safe in my arms, learning to love me again, not because you're forced to, not because you fear punishment, but because you see the truth at last, that I am good, that I am faithful, that I am the love you've been longing for all your life, and I will keep calling you until my voice is hoarse. I will keep waiting until the end of days. I will keep forgiving every time you turn back to me. I will keep hoping, keep yearning, keep loving, even when you don't love me anymore, because that is who I am love itself, and I will never give up on you, even now, even here, even in this silence. I am still here, hoping you will turn around, hoping you will remember me, hoping you will choose me again, because I have already chosen you, forever. You have wounded me with your choices, and these actions have hurt me more deeply than you can imagine. Every time you turn away from my voice, you leave a wound in my heart, and each time you place your trust in empty things instead of in me, you drive another thorn into my side. I see you laughing with the world while inside I weep for you. I hear you praising everyone and everything else, and it crushes me that you refuse to praise me. I feel the sting of your indifference when you choose your comfort over communion with me. I ache with sorrow when you speak words that tear down what I built up in you, every idle thought and every careless word that pulls you from. My presence is like salt rubbed into an open sore. I bleed in silence as you feed your soul on lies that promise life but bring death. And you don't realize that these actions, these rejections, these moments of apathy, they inflict pain on me, the Creator who gave you breath. It pains me when you ignore me, while you would run to everything else for help. It pains me when you seek approval from people who will let you down. It pains me when you barter your faith for fleeting pleasures, because I know the emptiness those pleasures leave behind. I know the loneliness you will wake up to. I know how you will curse the darkness in your soul, when you should have been basking in my light. These actions have hurt me so tragically that I sometimes wonder if you even understand. I wonder if you feel even a fraction of the sorrow I carry for you. Envision me kneeling at the threshold of your heart, soaked in the tears I have cried for you, begging you to open the door, pleading with you to let me in, but you slam it shut, one slammed door at a time, until the barrier between us is so thick I can barely see you. And it breaks me that you do not see it too. Did I not die for you? Did I not endure betrayal, abuse, and death, so that you could be free to love me? Yet you treat my sacrifice as though it were worthless. You treat it as though I were worthless, as if my pain on the cross meant nothing, as if my resurrection were not enough to conquer every hurt you will ever face. And these actions hurt me, because they show me that you do not believe in the power of my love. They show me that you have forgotten who you are. They show me that you have lost sight of the joy you once knew in my presence. It tears at me when I remember all the times you reached out to me in despair, and I lifted you up. All the times you cried out my name in the night, and I answered you. All the promises I made to you and kept for you. And yet now you treat me as if I am a distant memory, a polite addition to your routine, nothing more. Nothing more than a ritual you continue because you are afraid to let go completely. And still I love you. Still I yearn for you, still I wait, but it hurts. It hurts like nothing else could hurt, because this is the pain of seeing my beloved turn away, of seeing my beloved reach for a stone when they could have the living bread, of seeing my beloved drown in shallow waters rather than dive into the depths of my grace. These actions have hurt me, because they are rejections of the hand I extend, of the voice that calls your name, of the heart that forever beats for you. and I want you to feel the weight of that hurt so that you will turn and see the emptiness you carry, an emptiness that only I can fill. I want you to feel the ache of my wounded heart so that you will cry out to me in honest repentance, so that you will lay down every counterfeit love at my feet, so that you will come back into the shelter of my presence. But I know the pride in your soul. I know the fear that keeps you from admitting your folly. I know the shame that keeps you silent, and it pains me more to know that you suffer in silence rather than bring your brokenness to me. These actions have hurt me because they are the very actions that keep you from the healing you so desperately need. And I died to heal you. I bled to make you whole. I rose again to give you new life. Yet you treat my work as though it were some distant myth, some legend you learned as a child and then outgrew. You have outgrown me in your mind, but your soul still cries out for me, even though you pretend it does not, and these actions hurt me, because they are lies against your own heart, lies that keep you from the truth that you belong to me, lies that whisper that you are beyond forgiveness when my arms remain open, lies that convince you that you are unworthy of love when I proved your worth with my sacrifice. And it hurts me to watch you believe those lies, to watch you destroy yourself with them, to watch you stumble down paths I never intended for you to walk. And so I call to you with a voice that trembles with earnest longing, return to me, for I am sorrowful for your pain, and yet hopeful for your return. I am wounded by your actions, yet steadfast in my love. I am grieving the distance between us, yet eagerly awaiting the moment you reach out to bridge it. I am pained by your neglect, yet determined to restore you. These actions have hurt me, yes, but they have not overcome my grace. They have not extinguished my love. They have not stolen your salvation. They have only shown me how desperately you need me, how desperately you need to stop, to turn, to come home, how desperately you need to allow me to heal the wounds your actions have caused, how desperately you need to feel my forgiveness wash over you. Reach out now and take my hand. Let these actions be the impetus that drives you back into the healing waters of my mercy. Let the hurt you have caused me become the catalyst for your deepest repentance. Let the realization of your betrayal lead you to a rededication of your heart. For though these actions have hurt me, they have also shown me the depth of my commitment to you, the depth of my longing for you, the depths to which I will go to redeem you. And I will go those depths again and again until you are safely in my arms, until you know for certain that you are loved beyond measure, until you live in the light of my presence and no longer cause me pain, but rejoice me with your faith, your devotion, and your gratitude. For then my heart will be made glad, and your soul will be made whole. But still I love you, even when you turn away in anger, even when your lips speak harsh words born of frustration and misunderstanding, even when your heart hardens, and you refuse to listen to the gentle whisper of my spirit, even when you chase after every fleeting temptation that promises pleasure but delivers only ashes, still I love you. I love you when you doubt my goodness, when you question my presence, when you wander through dry deserts of despair believing that I have abandoned you. Still I love you. I love you when you stumble under the weight of your own failures, when shame drags you into hiding, when regret poisons every memory of what could have been. Still I love you. I love you when you worship the idols of success, when you bow before the altars of popularity and acclaim, when you sacrifice time with me at the feet of lesser gods. Still I love you. I love you when loneliness wraps its chilling arms around you in the middle of the night, when anxiety grips your thoughts with talons of fear, when depression whispers that no one cares, and you believe its lies. Still I love you. I love you when you accuse me of taking too long to answer your prayers, when you count every second of silence as proof that I do not hear. Still I love you. I love you when you measure my love by your circumstances instead of by the cross, when you look at storms in your life and think I have forgotten how to calm them. Still I love you. I love you when you second-guess every decision, when you look at your reflection and see only flaws, when you beat yourself for every mistake. Still I love you. I love you when you build walls around your heart in the name of protection, when you hide your deepest wounds from me, for fear I will reject you, when you clutch at pride as if it were armor. Still I love you. I love you when bitterness takes root in the soil of your soul, when you nurse grudges like prized possessions, when you replay old hurts to justify new anger. Still I love you. I love you when your eyes grow dim with disillusionment, when you no longer recognize the wonder you once saw in my creation, when the world's clamor drowns out the song I sing over you. Still I love you. I love you when silence seems safer than vulnerability, when you choose cold routines over warm communion, when you would rather numb yourself with distraction than taste the richness of my presence. Still I love you. I love you when you run toward the voices that promise comfort but leave you emptier than before, when you lean on shoulders too weak to bear your burdens, when you give your heart to relationships that crumble beneath the weight of unmet expectations. Still I love you. I love you when faith feels like a burden rather than a blessing, when you pray more out of obligation than out of yearning, when religious acts become hollow echoes of what could be vibrant life. Still I love you. I love you when exhaustion steals your worship, when the cares of this world suffocate your devotion, when you drift through days without a single thought of me. Still I love you. I love you when you believe you have gone too far for redemption, when you see your sin as a barrier too high even for grace to scale, when you deem yourself beyond hope. Still I love you. I love you when pride tells you you do not need me, when independence masquerades as strength, when you try to carry your burdens alone. Still I love you. I love you when your heart is distracted by the glitter of this age, when you chase after wealth, status, and fleeting pleasures while the greater treasure waits unnoticed. Still I love you. I love you when you cling to regret over tomorrow's promise, when the past binds you in chains of guilt, when yesterday's failures threaten to define your destiny. Still I love you. I love you when circumstances scream injustice at you, when pain feels unfair, and you wonder where I am in your suffering. Still I love you. I love you when you drift through life with no purpose, when you question your worth, when you wonder if your life has any meaning beyond the daily grind. Still I love you. I love you when you are weary, worn, and wounded, when every step feels like a battle against your own flesh, when hope seems a distant memory. Still I love you. I love you when you cannot pray because your words betray you, when tears blur your vision and you cannot speak my name. Still I love you. I love you when you whisper my name in secret, even though you feel too ashamed to look me in the face. Still I love you. I love you when you return to me with trembling steps, when brokenness brings you back to the foot of the cross, when you lay your wounds before my pierced hands. Still I love you. I love you when you trust me again after every doubt, when you choose to believe in my promises rather than in the world's empty slogans, when you step out in faith one shaky foot at a time. Still I love you. I love you when you find courage to forgive those who have hurt you, when you extend mercy as freely as it was given to you, when love triumphs over resentment. Still I love you. I love you when you carry each other's burdens, when you bear one another's sorrows, when you share the joys of living together as my body. Still I love you. I love you when you worship with genuine awe, when your voice rises in gratitude for no reason other than my kindness, when you celebrate mercy and grace without reservation. Still I love you. I love you when you run to me in the morning light, when you seek my face at dawn, when the first stirrings of your heart long for my presence. Still I love you. I love you when you walk with me through trials, when you hold my hand through every shadowed valley, when you trust that I am working all things together for your good. Still I love you. I love you when your life overflows with abundance, when every blessing reminds you of my generosity, when joy radiates through you like living water. Still I love you. I love you when you declare my faithfulness to the next generation, when you speak my name with conviction, when you pass my stories and my love to those who will come after you. Still I love you. I love you when you see a world in need and respond with compassion, when you share the bread I have given you with those who hunger, when you bring hope to the hopeless. Still I love you. Through every variation of your heart's rebellion and every season of your soul's fainting, through every moment you forget me, and every breath you take without thanking me, through every tear of repentance and every cry for help, through every roaring tempest and every whispering breeze, through every high mountaintop of faith and every dark ravine of doubt. My love for you remains unshakable, unyielding, eternal, because I am love, and you are the beloved I created, redeemed, and call my own, and nothing you do can ever change that. I stand as your fortress, an unbreachable stronghold built of steadfast love and unyielding grace. Even when the world turns its back on you, even when every voice around you rises in condemnation, I remain your defender, your refuge in the storm, shielding you from the crushing weight of rejection and scorn. And I love you when no one else will. I love you when every door slams shut in your face, when every hand clenches in judgment, when every eye glares with suspicion and distrust. I am the rock you can cling to in the midnight hour, the shelter in the raging tempest of despair, the strong tower to which you can flee when the arrows of accusation pierce your heart. Even if everyone hates you, I love you, and my love is wider than the oceans of your loneliness, deeper than the caverns of your shame, stronger than the fiercest winds of hatred that howl against your trembling soul. You need not shrink in fear. You need not hide in shadows. You need only run to me, and I will enfold you. I will bear you upon eagle's wings above the maelstrom. I will whisper peace into your ear when every other voice shouts blame. I will cover you with mercy when the world would drench you in disgrace, when lies swirl around you like vultures in the sky. I will be the shield that turns them aside, when laughter greets your failure and mockery greets your tear-stained cheeks. I will be the hand that wipes away your tears and places a crown of purpose upon your head. For you were never abandoned, you were never forgotten, you were never alone. Even in the pit of your deepest pain I was there, forging strength in your weakness, teaching your heart to trust in a love that never wavers. And now I call you out of the wasteland of despair into the green pastures of my presence. For I am your fortress, unshakable and eternal. No hate can breach these walls. No fury can topple these ramparts. I have built you on the foundation of my promises, each brick laid with sacrifice, each beam held fast by my unbreakable vow. And even if every nation conspires against you, even if every friend betrays you, even if every pillar of support crumbles beneath the weight of circumstance, I remain immovable, unwavering, unswerving, not because of your merit, but because of my mercy, not because of your faithfulness, but because of my faithfulness, which never fails, which never yields, which never tires of loving you. I love you beyond measure, beyond reasoning, beyond your capacity to understand. I love you when you cannot love yourself. I love you when you stand condemned by your own conscience. I love you when guilt shouts louder than any voice in your head. I love you when shame would have you run and hide. And I stand as your fortress, lifting you out of the mire, setting your feet upon the rock, so you may walk in victory and confidence, not by your own strength, but by mine. I will be the rampart that surrounds you, the bulwark that defends you, the refuge that shelters you, for in me you find safety, in me you find acceptance, in me you find a love so fierce that no hatred can extinguish it, no darkness can overcome it, no distance can estrange you from it. So come, lean into my fortress, press your ear to the stone walls of my promise, hear the echoes of my heartbeat, feel the warmth of my embrace. Know that you belong here, that you are valued beyond all comparing, that you are cherished more dearly than the treasures of heaven, and when your enemies encircle you like wolves hungry for defeat, I will rise up on your behalf. I will scatter them like chaff before the wind. I will silence their curses with the thunder of my love. I will shield your mind from despair. I will guard your heart from fear. I will ignite your spirit with hope. I will clothe you in strength and dignity, that you may stand firm in the face of every trial, knowing that I stand with you, for you as your fortress, as your defender, as your unfailing, unceasing, unwavering love. Even if everyone hates you, I love you, and I will never leave you nor forsake you, now and forevermore. You are called to pursue truth and righteousness with every fiber of your being, to seek the light of honesty in a world that spins on the axis of deceit, to stand unwavering on the solid rock of integrity. When the siren songs of compromise beckon you to the slippery slopes of half-truths and hidden agendas, and in that same breath you are summoned to share compassion freely, to let mercy flow from your heart like a river that knows no drought, to pour kindness out on the thirsty souls around you with abandon, even when they seem unworthy, even when they have hurt you, even when the world teaches you that compassion is weakness. Pursue truth and righteousness as if your very life depends on it, because it does, never shrinking from the hard questions, never turning a blind eye to injustice, never trading the clarity of what is right for the comfort of what is easy, walking with humility through every courtroom of your conscience and every marketplace of public opinion, speaking the unvarnished word of love that never distorts reality for the sake of popularity, yet tempering every declaration of truth with gentleness, for righteousness without compassion is a blade that cuts both the guilty and the innocent, and share compassion freely as I have shared it with you, open-handed and without calculation, letting forgiveness fall like spring rain on the parched fields of resentment, letting empathy shine like a beacon in the darkness of someone's despair, letting your arms cradle the broken-hearted, without measuring how much you have invested in return, for the measure you give will be the measure you receive, and the love you lavish on the least of these will echo in eternity far beyond what human eyes can see.